It's important to note that just because the infant was found in Manchester, it does not necessarily mean that the birth took place here or that the mother is from our city. It is also important to recognize that we do not know the condition of the mother at this time. So in addition to ongoing suspicious death investigation into the baby's death, we are all concerned about the mother's health and well-being. Any help, no matter how small, could be crucial in solving this case and bringing justice to this child. Thank you for your attention and cooperation in this matter. We ask for the public's help as we work to uncover the truth behind this tragic incident. At this point, myself and Scott Chase are willing to answer a few questions.
Chief, at this point, you said something about going back 14 days. Why 14 days? And, does that mean that you think the body's been there for 14 days?
Right now, what we know is that this was a newborn baby. So given that, we know that this was recent. So for investigative purposes, we're looking at a certain scope of time just to help narrow the investigation. But given the age of the child, we know that this was recent.
And why are you saying it's suspicious?
Right now, based on the facts that we have right now, this is being treated as a suspicious death. Again, as the chief said, there was an autopsy performed today that furthered our suspicions, and at this point, we're treating it as a suspicious death.
Was there a way to determine if the infant was a stillborn?
At this point, we're not releasing any further information from the autopsy. Again, we're treating this as a suspicious death of this baby girl.
Is the Attorney General's office handling this, or managed to hear about it?
The Attorney General's office, as the chief said, has been made aware since the outset, and we've been working collectively to seek justice and find out more information about what led to this.
Chief, how rare is a call like this for this department? And, what is your message to perhaps the mother out there who may not know what to do?
It's very rare. This doesn't happen ever. And my message to the mother would be, come forward, tell us what happened. At the end of the day, if she needs help, we need to be able to provide that help for her. And we're also trying to seek justice for this baby.
And again, the Attorney General's office would echo the sentiments of the chief on encouraging and urging the public to come forward with information. There's no doubt that somewhere right now, someone has information about what led to this baby's death and ultimately how this baby came to the pond. So we don't know who this baby was or if there's a woman out there who needs help. All we know is that she's a newly born baby girl and we need information, and we're asking the public to come together and to share that information.
So what was the extent of the recovery of the little girl, and how did the investigation start?
As I said earlier, we received a call there for something in the water. We determined it was an infant, and we removed her.
Chief, can you just talk for a minute for the department here? I know a lot of officers are here, and you guys are just coming off of the Harmony Montgomery case. How difficult are these cases for you as the chief in the wake? You mentioned heartbreaking, concerning. Can you just talk about it personally and what it is for a department like this that's been going through so much?
Yeah, absolutely. It's heartbreaking to have to deal with. It's extremely tragic. I worry about the mental health of my officers. This is very difficult to deal with, to go out and see this and then have to, you can't just walk away. We have to actually sit here and deal with it and investigate it and so forth. But it's, what it does to the officers is, it can't be described. It's awful. Nobody likes to deal with stuff like this.
One more question, everybody.
You mentioned that there was something that made you call this suspicious now, the death suspicious versus, just a sad case where somebody panicked and left the body somewhere. Can you tell us, was the newborn left in a bag? Was it just floating? Was there any sort of, injuries that would make you describe this more as suspicious or murder?
Again, right now there's certain facts that we're limited on sharing just to preserve the integrity of the investigation. What I am willing to say is that based on what we've garnered so far from the investigation, it has led us to make a determination that is suspicious, which is again why we're investigating alongside Manchester Police Department.
Thank you, everybody.
Everyone.